Hey, how's it going? I'm Kai, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build an agent that can analyze real-time on-chain data from Ethereum. So basically, the agent is going to um, take in a bunch of data from Ethereum in real time or near real time. If it was real time, it would be very expensive. But we're essentially going to build an agent that can analyze real-time data from Ethereum and show you how to do that. So the first thing I like doing if you're building a very specialized agent in this case, for example, like we're trying to analyze on-chain data from Ethereum, um, we could essentially just we copy the first example from the Swarm's GitHub, the first example that comes up here, and then we can have Claude build the first prototype, and then we can go from there. That's typically what I like doing. It's quite simple. And here we can say. Let's specialize this agent to analyze real-time data from Ethereum in near real time. It should analyze every major transaction and feed all of the data to the agent um, through a specialized system prompt. Um, Build a function to give the data to the agent and then ensure that the agent summarizes it really well. Use an open source API with no API key required. So basically, you just give it a description of what you want, and then it's going to build the agent that you want. Because doing this by itself would be a waste of time, really. But yeah, well, actually, this is bad code. If you're doing code, you should say add docs, add types, add guru logging, and yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah, so if you're making code, you should always say add docs, add Laguru, add exception handling. Then you'd also say, make it production grade and a couple of other keywords. But if you do that, it'll be really, really good. So here it's going to basically build the agent for us, and then we'll have a rough prototype because if we tried building this without the help of AI, it would take so much time, and creating prompts itself would just take 30 minutes. But if we have Claude do this really fast, it can simplify the process. This normally would have taken days or weeks or, I mean, probably even longer to actually run this. Um, so you say it should autonomously uh, fetch the latest transactions of a large amount and summarize it. It should always be running. So you just press it, boom, starts running, and it just summarizes the transactions in real time. We could also do this with Solana if that works. Actually, yeah, let's try and do that with Solana. I'll just give it the same prompt. But using Claude to build agents is such a hack, because like I said, making this by itself would take so much time. It's not even insane. Um, so now we can say call this ETH chain agent. Okay, yeah, that should work. Let me just move my beautiful face. Okay, so here we got to format the code. I use rough, so rough and black are pretty good for code formatting. Basically, you run black and it makes your code, it optimizes your code. Then rough check dot fix will fix your code, and then you could also do unsafe fixes to clean unsafe fixes. So now this code is much cleaner. Look how beautiful that is. This is better code than a human could make in a long time. So we go here, we pip install this package, pip3 install web3. I don't know if that's a real package. It looks real. Sometimes the agents will hallucinate, but sometimes not. So yeah, um, if this works, then we can build it really fast. I've also done this for financial agents, so it can analyze like GDP, interest rates, and other things like that. So okay, let's see what's going on. Um, okay, sometimes we need to be a little bit specific with the installation. So if an installation of a package doesn't work, what you could typically do is you can have hmm, all right, we're gonna try something else. Let me clean that up. Okay, so if this works, then I'll analyze it. Oh wow. Oh okay, it's not using the agent. Make sure to create a good the on-chain data. So we're gonna go here, analyze the. We're gonna have sometimes Claude will not use a package. Like if you give it a package and it doesn't know that package exists, then it just won't do it. Um, but yeah, let's see if it does it correctly. So yeah, okay, it's using swarmies. Okay. So then it's asking, okay, what are the most significant aspects of these transactions? Are there any notable patterns of unusual behaviors? What might be the market impact of these movements? Are there any securities concerns or risk to note? Um, yeah, so we're going to copy that. And then we're going to put it here. And then we're going to run it. Let's see what happens. Wait, actually, I'll clean that up. Okay. Ah, same silly problem. Okay, now it should work. Okay, it's running. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see what happens. Okay. Well, I'm just going to make sure it's not running that thousands of times. So say, should only analyze one transaction. No, actually, okay. Fuck. Did it do it? Okay. Um, it should analyze only one transaction at a time. Then the next one. It shouldn't analyze all of them. Only transactions starting now. And we should save all of the outputs to a CSV file for analysis. The CSV should have the time and the name. Okay, well, we're going to run that and see what we got. Okay, we got our little agent there. Normally, I would totally recommend, like if you're trying to build a super specialized agent, I would almost always recommend having Claude uh, build the initial prototype and then customize it to how you see fit. Um, because, well, now prompt engineering can take a long time, but um, like creating all this logic as well might take a long time as well. So we're gonna run that and see what we got. Okay. Hmm. It's not logging. I wanted to see the agent outputs. We're gonna find the agent. Um, there should be one CSV file with various rows for each analysis. Then you say return all of the new code. So it was trying to make it very structured, and you don't necessarily need that. That's not that wasn't the objective, but it was trying to make it super structured, and then it was trying to parse that. But parsing things from agents is very difficult because you need them to output JSON, which doesn't work most of the time because you have to say like, please output JSON, which is yeah, it's really hard to do. Um, but yeah. I just want to see the agent like analyze each transaction as it is, and um, nothing too crazy. We're not going to be parsing anything. And then, so in the agent class here, we can turn on streaming. So we're going to turn on streaming. So hopefully we can see the output. Um, does this have does this? Okay, I'm going to turn on export swarms global for both equals true. We should see the logs now. I want to see the logs. Let's see the data. Oh, same error. I don't know why that's happening. So if you try to run it on the cursor, like the cursor button, and this you get that error, just try doing Python 3, and then it should work. Okay, I'm gonna stop that just in case it's not printing. We gotta print AI analysis. Delete these files. We're not getting any results. Run that again. I just try to activate the login. I don't know why it's not logging. Let's see. Oh, okay. So it's analyzing. It's starting to analyze for anything over 100 ETH, which is 100 times 3,000 is 300,000. Let's see. I think it actually works though. Again, so anytime you see missing packages like that, you could just do black, rough, check, fix, and then now it's beautiful. Having unnecessary imports is such a waste of time, and like it messes up the performance of your code. So I always recommend having like do not have as many unnecessary packages as you need because it can very severely impact your code's performance. So just use rough or black and get that out of there. So it's still analyzing for 100 ETH. I don't think there's transactions coming in, or I mean maybe. So basically, how this so now we can say create a mermaid graph of how this agent works. So now you can also have Claude to make a graph on how it works. And basically, how it works is taking data from Ethereum, and then you're trying to yeah. So you have a new block, a new transaction, and then you have a system logging, so filter transactions. If it's not 100 ETH, then discard, or if it's over 100 ETH, then process, extract, collect, transaction info, generate analysis prompts, GPT-4 analysis, display, console output. Then you have data storage, CSV, and yeah, this is essentially the whole architecture for the application. And yeah. I want to. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Okay, we got one. We got one. Wow! someone just did 3,200 ETH, which is $6 million. Um, shit. Okay. Move from one address to another. It is essential note do not involve smart contract interactions, suggesting it could be straightforward transfer of funds. Looking at the broader market, contact learning can reach a vision which can have ripple effects in the market. If this transaction is part of could suggest substantial liquidity moving into the Ethereum ecosystem, possibly affecting ETH prices. Um, so yeah, we got a transaction. It works. That's insane. So you see, that's kind of like the power of um, that's kind of the power of having agents build your agents, because building agents is not it's not easy by any means. You have to build the logic, you have to fetch the data, you have to get real time data, you have to add complex logic. So I recommend having Claude do everything for you, and having like if you can have a good prompt for Claude, I think that's amazing, and it'll work really well. Now I need to plug my computer in really quick because it's probably going to die, but I want to see if there's another transaction. And I want to see if actually like the I want to see if the what do you call it? I want to see if it's actually worth 6 million like it said. So it says okay, so Ethereum price. Okay, so we take this number and then what was this? 3,200. Okay, so we times 3,200. Okay, well that is not 6 million. That's actually 11 million. Oh wow. Okay. So we have another one. So we could, do the math. I think we need to feed it the price of ETH. I don't think it knows the price of ETH. Um, so that's 401. That's 1,000,000 of 400,000. Yeah, okay, so I don't think it knows the real time price of ETH. So here we're saying, okay, rebuild the script so the agent knows the real time value of Ethereum, make the prompt better as well, return the whole script. Gee, this is insane. I love it. I think the people, the meme coin people at Solana would like this this app built for Solana. I did try to have it built for Solana though. API mainnet. We can try that one at a later video. Yeah, so I think the problem now is like it's fetching the real-time transactions, but I don't know if it knows the I don't know if it knows the actual like value of Ethereum. Like I don't think it knows the real-time price. You have to understand there's like multi-dimensional agentic debugging. You have the prompts, you have the logic, you have data systems. Every time you add a new system to your app, the complexity will keep growing. So you gotta keep that in mind. Okay, so now I think it might be better. It might actually have, um, um, okay, cool. So, all right, yeah, let's try to run this. I'm gonna say Python 3, then give it the name of the file. And then we can analyze the CSV in real time, I think, if it updates in real time. I don't know if it updates in real time, but we will see. We will see. Okay. How do you make this bigger? Hmm. Okay, so we have the transaction hash, we have the from address, we have the to address, we have the value in ETH, gas use, gas price Y, block number analysis. This The transaction fees appear reasonable given the gas use. This implies that the transaction wasn't urgent. The sender was willing to wait for the transaction to be confirmed, indicating a non-critical movement of funds. In terms of security and risk factors, there are no immediate concerns from the transaction itself. Nevertheless, as with any crypto transaction, the parties involved should ensure secure storage of the keys, maintain privacy, and be wary of potential phishing or social engineering attacks. For traders and investors, this transaction could be seen as a bullish sign. Can be seen if it forms part of a trend of increased activities in the ETH market. So I don't know now if it's running or if it's not running. We're also now printing it. Yeah. So I think now we're just waiting for a transaction. Um, I want to see if this works. If this works, that would be amazing. Nothing. Yeah, and you know what? I actually thought the transactions would be much bigger by now, but if there is no error in the system and this is actually like there has not been any transaction over 100 ETH, I think that's a little bit weird because ETH is pretty big. It would mean nobody's sending money right now, which is very weird. If we did this for Bitcoin, however, I feel like if we people moving like over 100 Bitcoin, 50 bit. I mean, it would have to be 50 Bitcoin, 20 Bitcoins. 20 Bitcoins could be considered a whale now, given like the price of Bitcoin. Um, Another cool system we could possibly integrate is Arkham Intelligence if they had an API. I don't know if they have an API. If they did have an API, that would be very, very interesting. But yeah, there's nothing. My computer's getting a little bit weird, so it could mean that we'll just try. Um, I just reloaded it to see if there's any errors. So this is the prompt that Claude made. It says, you are a expert blockchain and cryptocurrency analyst with deep knowledge of Ethereum markets and DeFi ecosystems. You have time to real-time ETH prices, real-time ETH price data and transaction information. For each transaction, analyze market context, current ETH price, and what this transaction means in USD dollar terms. Behavioral analysis, whether whoa. We got a transaction, 136 ETH. How much is that? 495,000. Is that correct? Almost correct. Shit. Okay. We need to give it a printer. I mean, not a printer. Um, we need to give it a calculator. And I don't think the CSV is moving in real time. This one is. This CSV is outputting in real time. Okay, this transaction is yeah. However, with the absence of contract interaction suggests does not involve DeFi protocols, reducing the risk of smart contract vulnerabilities or DeFi-related risk. The large amount of ETH transfer could potentially influence market sentiments if it is not part of a larger trend or similar transaction. Strategic insights: traders should note this transaction as part of while a single transaction of the size is unlikely to impact the market, a series of similar transactions could indicate a larger trend. But yeah, so yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah. So I'm gonna post this code on GitHub, and I'm gonna post a GitHub link so you can try this out. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and yeah, also check out the Swarms repo, which is how I built this. Um, Give it a star, fork it please, and share it with your friends. And yeah, and also we have a Discord, so if you go to swarms.ai, um, you can join our Discord, and we have a Discord link in there. Oh, wrong link. So yeah, join our Discord, and yeah, thank you for your time, and have a good day.